Hi everyone, so welcome to another Q&A, and the first question that I have is, if I went vegan, can I stop my skin from getting tanned or yellow color? And this was such an interesting question. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Because, okay, what happens is, this is not just when you go vegan. This is when you just start eating well. Because I find that the whole vegan thing right now is kind of, mm, I mean, being vegan is great. I'm vegan as well, right? But when people say vegan, they mean a lot of different things. And when you just hear somebody say that, like, oh, yeah, I'm vegan, okay, well, that could be anything, right? Because some people who are vegan are eating very good, very natural foods, mostly raw or fully raw. Um, those are one group. Another group is eating basically a substitute for meat products. So, okay, this is a burger, but it's not a meat burger. It's a vegan burger that's, got all kinds of stuff like soy and all cellulose and all of these different things. And it kind of tastes like meat. Then I'm eating fake chicken nuggets that look like chicken nuggets, taste like chicken nuggets, but they're made with all kinds of stuff, right? So those two diets are very, very different compared to the like natural vegan diet, right? With raw foods or, lightly cooked or whatever, but vegetables, not processed, right? So, people who are eating a lot of processed foods are not going to get good detox, okay? So, it's just simply not going to happen. So, it's like, I mean, in terms of animal suffering and in terms of the planet, of course you want to be vegan, but in terms of your own body, you want to make sure that you're doing it right, that you're going to natural foods. And there's so many alternatives, even if like I like veggie burgers probably more than most people. And I can tell you that there's so many recipes on how to make them yourself. You don't have to buy the store bought, kind where they do add cellulose, they do add probably like soy and all of these other things as well to it. You can make them yourself pretty much from scratch. Get a big batch going, freeze them, bam, you have veggie burgers for a month. So all of these things are possible, and I'm going to do more cooking videos because I feel like that's another important part of all of this. So in terms of you saying, do you want going vegan, right? It depends on kind of how you would like to go vegan, right? If you're talking about the good way, the natural way that will detox you, I did notice as well with me that you start to get like a more healthier glow. It's not necessarily you go orange, but you start to get healthier glow. If you start to eat foods that are like carrots, for example, they're going to give you more of that, right? So, but at the same time, your skin becomes like, I can tell you from my experience, my skin was terrible when I started, like before I went vegan and all of that. Um, but now it's like my skin is unbelievable. From, for me personally, it went from, I don't know, like say like 2 out of 10 to 10 out of 10, and then like nobody's skin is ever going to be really perfect, right? But for me, like, this is perfect. Like, this is, I've never dreamed of having skin like this. It's, my pores have shrunk. Everything is very kind of smooth and even. I don't have black circles under my eyes anymore. I don't have lines like my wrinkles. Not that I had big wrinkles to begin with, but they disappeared pretty much entirely. And where they stayed a little bit, they're much less. So they kind of unwrinkled, but not like, it's the more kind of ingrained ones are a little bit like still like visible, but they're more than half or less than half of what they were. Do you know what I mean? So in terms of the tone note, I do look a little bit more like tanned, if you would like, right? But I mean, you can you just put some makeup on if you want that white look. Don't, I mean, but again, if you don't go outside, then you don't get vitamin D, right? So if you go outside, maybe tan your arms and things like your arms, your legs, but not your face. Or just, put white, like whiter tint of foundation on, like lighter tint foundation, just to kind of make your shade a little bit whiter. But foundation goes on amazing. You don't like, I don't use cover up anymore in terms of like like concealer, because I don't have dark circles under my eyes, Also, the white of your eye, it's going to be super clear, the like the white part of the eye, I forgot the word. But it becomes like almost like a bluish white, So it's like the benefits to beauty from this, it's like you could, it's just, it's, to me, it's unbelievable because, for most in my life, like I was using creams and all of this, and this creates a whole like other realm of how you look, never mind the weight, like it's, if you're having weight issues, like it just goes away. You eat, like I eat all day long, I eat probably way more than, my husband even eats, in terms of volume, like I'm just constantly eating, you know and I don't watch my calories anymore because I'm not eating any of the bad foods that will cause weight gain, so if I eat 1 pound of vegetables or 2 pounds of vegetables like potatoes and whatever, it's not gonna put on weight because you're not eating potatoes and meat and cheese and bread and butter all in one shot. You're just eating just like maybe like even like fried potatoes or whatever. If you like that, then like that's fine, or something like that, with like a salad. But you start to like adjust to that lifestyle as you progress, and it doesn't become hard. Like at first maybe it'll be hard, like a transition, and take your time with it, but it's, even though you might get a yellower shade, it's a nice yellow, like it's healthy. But if you don't want it, if you want it to be more like a pale shade, then just kind of like cover it up a little bit, and then you'll be fine with it, because it's, again, the cover up will go on the skin a lot better. um, and another thing too is that you have to kind of allow yourself to have some detox time, because as you start to go to this diet, your skin will most likely actually get worse at first in terms of like breakouts and things like that, because it's going to start to pull out all the stuff that was kind of under the skin. So just kind of keep that in mind, that if you're having, if you went to a vegan diet and you feel like you're getting breakouts and just your skin is looking worse rather than better, it does happen. It happened to me as well. It actually, yeah, it became a lot worse at first. I just didn't realize how much gunk was stuck under my skin. It was unbelievable. Like I had giant, like, not to gross you guys out, but like I had giant zits and stuff like that that were coming out of nowhere with like just goo inside. I know it's kind of gross, but like, it's what it is, right? Because it was stuck under the skin. But I'm like, oh, I don't care. I'm glad it's out. It's fine, right? But then after that, just evened out, clean, smooth. It's like, I mean, it's a whole different world. Like I don't worry about skin. I don't have a single skin wash that's specifically designed for your face, like acne wash or whatever. And I was all about the acne washes before. I don't, like, I just, when I shower, I wash my face, and then sometimes throughout the day I wash my face if I get like, like sweaty or whatever, and that's about it. Like I do nothing, like when before I used to do everything and I had no results, and now I do nothing and I have excellent results. It's crazy. So it's, what I'm saying is like you'll gain more than you'll lose because of the tint, and the tint you can always correct anyways. So okay, so let's move on to next questions. Next question is, I am on Gerson therapy. I take supplements and eat raw food like salads and greens, and drink 13 glasses of raw juice. Dr. Max Gerson used coffee enemas to stimulate the liver to detox. I have started taking some Gerson approved herbs to help me move and clean my everything. I'm referring to my liver, lymph system, gut, and so on. I balance my electrolytes with raw juices. I also eat a lot of fruit. I have cut out 100% of dairy as I detox. As I detox, I am releasing a lot of mucus and wonder why. Okay, mucus is leaving your body. That is great. It will leave through any possible opening, so it's just however it goes, it's going. See ya, doesn't matter how it's going. It would be a problem if it's not going. Also check your urine to see if you're filtering. So your urine, when you're peeing in them, especially like first thing in the morning, it should be cloudy. There should be like particles in it, just like pee in a cup and see. So if it's completely clear, that's not very good, unless you had like a lot of drinks and things like that. But if you had just a little bit of drinks and you feel like your urine is very like or if you didn't drink that much and you feel like your urine may be darker in color, but still there's no particles in it, that's not too good. You want to continue to do the detoxing and things like that. And like it's a lifelong detox is a lifelong process because we live in a toxic world. So you're getting toxified, if that's the word, every single day. So you're getting more and more. You need detox every single day. So it's just gonna continue. But in the beginning, because you're detoxing so much from before, it's not a maintenance thing. It's really detoxing, right? That you'll have a lot coming out from every opening. So it's don't take it seriously. It's a good thing. Just let it happen. It'll be fine. It will pass, So, because I was like really worked up when my skin started to erupt when I started to first detox. Like, oh my God, what's happening to me? No, it's fine. It's gonna pass. But it takes, I would say, I don't know about your situation specifically because you're going more aggressive than I was. So yours might be faster. Mine was a little bit slower. It took a few months for the skin because I wasn't taking any extra herbs and all of that. I don't know much about this Gerson therapy stuff. I am going to look into it because I'm actually looking for something as well after I'm done because I'm pregnant right now, so I can't really do anything. But after I'm done, then I do want to look into doing more detoxing and things like that, depending on how like everything goes and when I'll be able to do that. So thank you for bringing that up, and I'll let you know as I find out more information on it. But I think what's happening to you is great. Okay, so the next question I had is, can you update can I update my own eye color? Okay, so this is the thing with my own detox and all of that, and people were asking, so I'll address it in this video as well. Well, like, okay, guys, I've been pregnant and I've been throwing up. First trimester, I was throwing up, okay? So I couldn't really stomach anything. So my diet went downhill quite a bit. Now, when I say downhill, I don't mean that, like anything really bad, like I'm still vegan, or nothing has changed in that regard. But in terms of like, eating healthy and like to the extent that you need to trigger detox, because to trigger detox you need to be like really high raw, and I'm fairly high raw, but it's just like it was really hard to have any smoothies, any juices. Like it was just like, I don't know, it was really really difficult. So I'm just starting to get back to old habits now, so I don't know, to be honest, how much detox you'll be able to see in the eyes. I will do an eye review on myself as well, but I'm not like, that's why I haven't really done one, because I haven't really been putting a lot of effort into it. I've been more focusing on just like being pregnant and all of that. But I think that because I've been eating like well overall for a while now, like, I haven't had dairy products or meat products in what, over a year now, right? Um, no, over 2 years now. Dairy probably was longer, but really like over 2 years. I don't know. Anyways, but for a while. So it's, like it should show something, right? Because it's really, if you want to change your eye color, you need to go full force on like on detox, like what the previous client for the previous person was saying, in terms of what they like, how they're doing the therapy stuff, right? Where they're taking supplements, they're drinking juice every day and all of this. Like that will trigger detox. Just eating normally will kind of trigger detox, but it will be very much slower. So I don't really know how much you would be able to see, to be honest. I wish I had more progress, guys, but it's just it got really busy. On the plus side though, because I was pregnant, they made me do all kinds of tests, right, to see like where my calcium is, where my what do you call it, like protein levels, all that stuff, right? And every single thing came back normal. Every single thing. So when people are saying, where are you getting your protein? Where are you getting your calcium? I don't know, from vegetables. Like, take it easy, So because I haven't been doing anything special, I haven't been taking any specific like supplements or anything like that. Everything came back normal. B12 came back normal. Everything was fine. I wasn't doing anything at all to make that happen. Other than just eating just plant-based variety some cooked, like you guys see if you're on my Instagram, you can see my meals of what I eat throughout the days. It's, it's nothing really that special. It's just a variety of different types of foods, but they're all plants, and like there's no animal products of any kind, and pregnancy is going great. So I'm just like kind of putting that out there, that don't let anybody tell you any different. Don't let anybody bamboozle you into thinking that this is a bad diet and all of that. Because like, if I can be pregnant and have actually medical doctors do tests and say that no, you're in perfect health, then you'll be fine. Trust me. Like, even like my doctor, she's looking at me now and she's like, oh yeah, she's like, so what do you eat? Like, it's like, because now she knows, like, she had the actual experience of seeing the tests come back and they were all perfect, and now like she's looking into it. So it's like, it's kind of cool that I'm having that kind of effect on her as well. So it's nice to see, and just like keep going with it, because this is your health. Like, it's scary what's happening. There's cancer all around us. There's all these things that like people are having that are just so preventable. And I'm not saying like, you can prevent everything with the vegan diet, but you can drastically reduce your chances of getting a lot of different things. So just keep going. Like, I'm here to answer any questions. I'm going to do the show, the Q&A, every Wednesday. So please feel free to ask questions, and I will answer them as fully as I possibly can. And I will do some eye reviews as well from time to time, as I get a chance to do so. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and I will see you next Wednesday.